transfer direct. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Let me get my chat open. Let me get my control panel open, because we're going off. Activate. Sign in. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, lads. Yes, Connor. My goat, says someone. Was that orange apple? I can't tell. Who knows? My goat, though. I appreciate that, man. I've brought in Kukureya this week. It's orange apple. What do you mean, someone? It doesn't say your username, bro. I don't really know. Mock you over Statch. Potentially. Well, obviously, we heard about that little slight knock that Statch just had. Is Gabriel going to start? I'm not entirely sure. Do you not think Salah gets dropped this week? No. Who do you get dropped for? Statch, poor pick. Yeah, I mean, when we've just figured out that he's injured slightly, it's a poor pick. Yes, lads, Jack's in. Connor's in. Free hits? No. Not for me. Leeds will lose. Yeah, but losing and winning games doesn't sort of equal FPL points, you know what I mean? Even when he's fit, he's a poor pick. Do you reckon, Joe? Nah, Statch is going to be starting. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'll have a look at my press conference notes, and I'll tell you a little bit about his injury. I have Calvert-Lewin. Did he get injured or someone taking the piss? I think he's taking the piss. I haven't seen anything. Oh, we've got loads of flame hearts. I appreciate that. I think that's Orange Apple sending them. Let's go, bro. Thank you, man. How are we all doing anyway? How are we all doing? Just remove Bruno for Saka. Good / oh nah. Maybe not this week, but onwards it'll probably be quite nice. Orange Apple, calm down, bro. You don't have to send any gifts, man. I appreciate it nonetheless, but let's go, dude. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, man. Who should I bring in for Foden? Saka's probably a decent bet, but onwards is maybe what you're looking at. Right, I'm here. Orange Apple's back in. Let's go, dude. Oh, we're going a bit robotic with the Wi-Fi here. I'm going to turn off my phone. That should help a little bit there. Apologies about that. Right, Connor, you're looking for an early yellow. Ivan Buemo 2, who would you prefer to captain? Bruno or Buemo, who would I captain? Probably Bruno. Bruno captain, fair play. Yeah, it could be. It could be Salah. It could be Bruno or Salah. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, Orange Apple, your name's different, dude. What's going on there? Why not Haaland? I just think it's an okay week to go against Haaland for game week 9. City haven't won against Villa away from home in the past 2 seasons. Villa defensively actually haven't been too bad this season. So yeah, I think I'll go against them this week. I don't think it's a bad idea to captain them, of course, but I think there's a little bit of upside to gain there potentially. Would you start Donnarumma or Dubravka? Probably Dubravka. It just is they're both away games, I suppose. So yeah, I'll go Donnarumma. Donnarumma's probably the safe bet for you, bro. I'll be honest there. Should Gabriel be okay? I think so. I'm gonna start him this week. Three Leeds players. Yeah, I know, bro. Salah is not playing. How do you know that? For God's sake. the research for the next 10 minutes because it contains low visual quality of static images. How's that low quality then? Please help, I got 5 free transfers. I thought you would say that, dude. If Salah plays, he blanks. I don't know. Why Captain Bruno over Haaland? I've just spoke about this. I think it's a decent week to go against Haaland. Best defender for 4.1 or under to replace Anderson on a bench boost. Already have Rodon. Ooh, tricky one that. Let me have a little look on my computer here. Because you want someone who can play sort of longer term here. It's probably Mukiele, to be honest, or Esteve, or Rodon, which you already have. I'd probably say Mukiele. Yeah. Give me just a second here. I'm going to change the picture on the TikTok screen with my team. Have you thought about Gakpo instead of Salah, form-wise, at the moment? I mean, this is my wildcard team from last week, Will. So, we, of course, didn't see... we didn't see sort of Gakpo's performance in game week 8. Otherwise, I probably would have made that move, Will. You're absolutely right there. But yeah, we'll bet on Salah this week. I think we'll bet on Salah this week. Who should I captain, Haaland or Voldemade? I'll probably go Voldemade on that one. Right, sorry YouTube chat, I'm a bit behind on things here. I'm trying to sort of multitask and answer questions on TikTok and YouTube, and as well fix something on TikTok, so apologies. Connor says at the moment my team is Raya, Gabriel, Gudmundsson, Trofeo, Kukurea, Semenyo, Sarr, Njai, Kudus, Voldemade, Haaland with a bench of Darlow, Isak, Reinders, Anderson. Might roll, but looking for a transfer. Isak out, Reinders and Anderson. Ideally a bench of Gudmundsson for someone to bring in. Maybe Enzo or Reece James or someone else. Yeah, I don't mind that, to be fair. I mean, like, getting those players out. For 1k, I reckon you give your top donator free back rubs. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is either. Thoughts on Semenyo, captain? I don't mind it. I really don't. I've got Bowen and Juve tonight. Do I bench them? No. I wouldn't be benching them. I don't think I'd bench them this week. Let us get this sorted for TikTok quickly, and then I'll reply to everyone in chat. I just need to update my team a little bit because I've changed my captain here. I'm going Salah. Game week 9. Yes. Right. Let's change this picture on the screen because this ain't my team anymore. We've changed. I have just left work, so I'm kind of catching up on the press conference news as we as we are streaming right now, and that's made me kind of change a few things with my side here. So just give me 2 seconds, and you'll have my updated team on your screen right now on TikTok. And if you give me a second on YouTube, you'll see what I've done in just a second here. It's a bit bold, but we like going crazy on this channel. Ryan is Michele Anderson. Yeah. Enzo captain, not for me this week, no. No. User sent a boo, thank you very much. Oh, well, that's Orange Apple again. Orange Apple, stop sending gifts you don't need to, dude, honestly. Thank you so much, though. Thoughts on Reinders to Ruta? I think the fixtures coming up aren't too bad for Brighton. And sending the rainbow, thank you very much, Orange Apple. My FPL isn't working. Try the web browser on your phone's internet or a computer. I think Minte is better than Ruta. Arguably, yeah, but I don't know. Tom's hug gift, thank you very much. Orange Apple, stop sending gifts. You don't need to. I promise you. Bench Kudus or Eze, said Pip. It would be for me. Probably Kudus. Send the finger heart as well. Thank you very much. What are the chances of you starting? I think pretty high. So that's why we're going to start them in my team here this week. Orange Apple, stop sending gifts. Seriously, dude. You don't need to. Mogs, if you had to give 3 differentials over the next few weeks that are low owned, which 3 would you say? I'm going to give you a proper answer to that if you just give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure everything on screen for you guys is what I'm seeing here, because I've changed the team just then. Can you see that on YouTube, yeah? Updated team with... Oh, no, you can't. There we go. Okay, the team's updated now. We've benched Reinders and started Gu. I don't like this new name, Orange Apple. I really can't lie, dude. Can I change your name on my thing here? Put user in timeout. No, I don't want to do that. There we go, though. Thank you very much, Orange Apple, for the gifts, though. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. Leave Gabriel. I would as well, yes. I would leave him. Hi, FPL King. Let's go, Nico. How you doing, bro? Youth or Van de Ven to start? I'll go Youth. Nah, why? Bro, what's the name? I can't even, like... It's a goat. Goatly. Goatly? I can't even see it. Start Mateta or Greenish? Jack Greenish. Literally every Orange Apple variant was taken. How is your name changed, though? I don't get it. My name hasn't changed, I don't think. Shall I see if my name's changed? Yo. No, it hasn't. Maximilian Stave or Rodon for Game Week 9? Rodon. Nico sent a heart me on TikTok. Thank you very much, man. It was about to pop up on my head there, but I moved out of frame. Sorry. Unk dropping comments now. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? But what do we make of them moves, by the way, that I've made to the team here? We've put Mark Yu in. We've took Reinders to the bench. And we're captaining Mohamed Salah now. Let me know. I know you aren't going to like it, but, you know, we're going for it anyway. Unk chatting on his own live streams. Don't think he is. Starting you? I am, yeah. What's the 3 differential thingy? Yes, that's what I was doing. I was wondering what I was planning to do there. Give me a second, though, because I need to change the thumbnail of the YouTube, because I'm not Captain and Bruno anymore. People will get confused. Salah, Brentford, away. Oh, what a faff on. JPEG, download. There we go. Moog, stop playing off your commenting. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. How the hell do I change this? Thumbnail change. Start Reinders or Kudus? Kudus. Right. Back to Connor's question. Okay. Differential, I would class as a player that is under 10% ownership. I would go for. Let me give it this proper thought here. Actually, right, we're gonna end this stream on TikTok and start it up again because TikTok's been weird. Start writing. There we go. Right, here we go. So, my differential picks for the next few weeks will be a few different things. TikTok here. Time to oil up. No, it's not time to oil up. It's not, is it? No, it's not. It's okay. Right, so in terms of the team here and what I'm thinking for differentials going on, because we're getting there, Connor. I like Amad Diallo. So he'll be up there. He's not necessarily the first one I'd pick, but I do like Amad Diallo. Who else is in my radar? Ismail Assar and Reece James. Those are the three. My first one would probably be Reece James, then Ismail Assar, then Amad Diallo. I like those quite a lot. Donnarumma or Dubravka? I say Donnarumma for me personally. ADHD final boss. Yeah, I'm not diagnosed, but I've got something. I'll tell you that much. I've definitely got something. But yeah, Nico, I'd go Donnarumma in that case, bro. Right, TikTok, how are we doing? We should be back up and running now. Apologies about that. TikTok did have a little bit of a hissy fit. I have Saar, but I'm looking at James. Yeah, I like James a lot. I think Kukurea, although he's not differential, is, arguably more nailed. But yeah. Triple Leeds is not it. I'm a Leeds fan. Oh no. It's a good fixture for you, is it not? Saar or Mateta, as I have to play one. I would probably play Mateta with penalties. Enzo or James. Ooh, this week probably Enzo. Okay, boss. Gyökeres replacement. A lot of people like Valdemar. I would probably agree with them. Mateta seems good if you want him a week early. Obviously, you have to play him against Arsenal this week. I'm a Leeds fan. Get them Leeds players. What are you doing? It's got a good fixture, is it not? Isn't Gabriel not a major doubt? No, he's not a major doubt. How would you go from Saar to James? What? I think Connor's talking about he has Ismail Assar. What is he injured for? It's a slight knock for the midweek. Looks like you don't want Arsenal to concede. Yeah. You could say that. Why have you still got Salah in? I brought him in last week because I think this week could be a turning point for Liverpool's form. Is you going to play it? I think so, yeah. I think so. I think he could be due a start. Leeds have been shocking. Can't say I didn't warn you. I don't think Leeds have been shocking. I don't think they've been shocking. Start Saar or Rodon. Oh, I've missed a few chats before that. Anderson to Mukiele worth to get a better replacement for Reinders. Yeah, potentially. I mean, if you're just going to rotate him in and out, yeah. It'll give you a bit more money there, won't it? Do you think Gabriel will play? Yes, I think so. Start Saar or Rodon. That's where I was at. I would start... I'd probably start Rodon. There's a bit more upside with the Saar pick, I think, but Arsenal defence is really, really good. Start Krupi or Statch. I'd go Krupi Jr. If you have Krupi Jr. right now, I think it's definitely worth taking a punt against this Forest side. But new manager, obviously Evan Nielsen is out, so he will play. Yeah, I think I'd go a gamble on Krupi Jr. there. Thoughts on bench boost with Dubravka, Rodon, Richards, King. I don't like it that much, to be honest. Orange Apple. I think Dubravka's good in there, Rodon's good in there, but Richards and King don't feel amazing. Would you play Saar or Reinders? Says Hekatike. Ismail Assar, probably. Even though it's difficult because Reinders doesn't feel like an amazing pick at the moment. Captain Salah is diabolical. It is diabolical, bro. I know. Van der Ven or Tarkovsky, says Connor on TikTok. I'd go Tarkovsky. I'd play the defensive contribution route there because I feel as though he could hit them. We all going to be there when West Ham beat Leeds tonight. Yeah, they could beat Leeds. Absolutely, they could beat. Could beat Leeds tonight. I think it's still a good fixture for Leeds. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be quite a good game, though. It seems like a boring game on paper, but I feel as though it could be quite good tonight. What do you reckon? Start Sarr or Gu? Probably Sarr, because it's a bit more reliable there. Best 5.6 million midfielder. 5.6 million. 5.6. 6.1. What am I on about? Midfielder. Is João Pedro unavailable? No. He's not unavailable. For a midfielder, I'd probably go Minte, Caicedo. Is my two picks there? Minte, Caicedo, I would say. Yeah, for 6.1. It's a bit of a cheap one. Is Gabriel starting? I think he'll play. I think he'll play. Getting Voldemar and benching Reinders. I don't think that's a bad idea. Saka or Semenyo, says Kieran. Probably Saka, but I don't know. Semenyo just seems reliable. It's a good game this week, but hard games in the next two after. Then a really good run, so you could commit to him really long term there. Opinions on starting Bowen this week? Yeah, I don't mind it. Raya or Adalo? Raya. Gabriel or Gudmundsson? Gabriel. Gu is starting, but George is coming on at half time. I don't know about that. What to do with Guardiola? He did not start last week. I'd maybe sell. Start Gu or Reinders? I think. Well, I'm starting Gu over Reinders this week, so I'm gonna say Mark Gu. It's pronounced Orangotal, or at least that was the intention. I'm still calling it Orange Apple. There's no way I'm calling you that. Hey, how we doing? How we doing, Benez? How we doing? João Pedro starting or not? I mean, I think he should be okay to start. We can have a little look at some press conference news if you're kind of doubting. So on João Pedro, it was said that we know he can play as a number 9 or a number 10. He's very good in both positions. Probably when he has another number 9 playing next to him, he is better. Mark Gu could earn a spot up front then, allowing Pedro to take up his most natural position. So maybe a few different positions we could see João Pedro in, but I don't think it's a bad shout. Start Mark Gu this week or João Pedro. How do you think I should start? Van der Ven or Richards? Richards got the worst fixture, and Van der Ven so bad for a clean sheet on DEFCON. I'll probably go Richards and look for DEFCON there. Start Esteve or Reinders? Probably Reinders. It's hard, that one. What Chelsea is getting this week? A red card. Oh, right. João Pedro or Reinders in? João Pedro, I think. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, absolutely. Go to the YouTube and subscribe. João Pedro isn't starting. Who else would start? My team is Donnarumma, Juve, Rodon, Senesi, Kudus, Semenyo, Bruno, Caicedo, João Pedro, Haaland, Gyökeres, bench, Dubravka, Stach, Rodon, and Tarkovsky. And bench boost, 3 free transfers and 0.2 million in the bank. Thoughts? The bench boost doesn't look too bad, mate. Bernaz, it really doesn't. I don't mind that. Bro, would you start Sarr or Mateta? Probably Mateta with penalties. I do like Sarr a lot, though. I do like Ismail Assar quite a lot. Yeah, I think Sar's a great pick for the next few weeks personally. Dubravka or Raya for me. This game week, yeah. Anthony or Njai. I'd go Njai. I'd go Njai. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Will Krupi start? I think so. I think both of the cheap forwards will start this week. Mark Yu and Krupi Jr. What transfers would you do? I don't think I would do transfers, Bernaz. You could potentially look at, an Arsenal defender there. Is probably what I would try my best to get to. 3 free transfers, you definitely could make some changes and get to that. I've tried 3 different devices to log into FPL, but nothing is working. Have you tried web browser, sort of deleting the app, reinstalling? Have you tried all of those things? TikTok is annoying me again. Why is it always problems with TikTok, man? I already have Timber. Oh, I must have missed that on your list there, bro. Munoz or Goodmanson? Arsenal bench is good. I'd probably go Goodmanson there. I said I had Rodon twice, right? I don't know if if I play 3 forwards. Oh, sorry, the chat's gone there. Sorry, I'm a bit ill. Play 3 forwards: Haaland, Pedro, Valdemade, or play 2 and have 5 midfielders: Semenyo, Kudus, Njai, Enzo, Stach. I would bench Stach for one of your forwards there. That feels sensible. Bloody TikTok, man. Load of crap. I wish TikTok wasn't so good for, like, growth. Otherwise, I just wouldn't bloody use it. It's so annoying. Team PNG. Right, we'll try that, and then if it doesn't work, I don't really care. We'll say that, eh? That should work now. Bloody hell. I need to make this bigger so I can see everyone's chat here. Do you like any 5 mil options in the midfield at the moment? Cullen's great, I think. For like sort of overall numbers, I think he's pretty good. Who else at 5? Stach has got that sort of like little injury apparently, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him tonight. Maybe there's not so many other options at that price point that are too sort of worth taking note of, I guess. Longstaff, Xhaka, that's kind of the extent I would go there. No, I'm priced out of Reinders to Enzo. No, bro, how? Did Reinders do a price drop last night, maybe? What was the crack with that? Why has the team done that? That's better. Alright, TikTok. This should be a little bit better here. The live. We'll see how it goes. If I sell Gvardiol, which defender to take out for under 5 mil and who to upgrade? What? If I sell Gvardiol, which defender do I take for under? Oh, which one do you take? I thought you said take out. Sorry. Which defender do you take in for under 5? If it's 5 and below, it would be Senesi. Probably Senesi if you're at 5, but if you want under 5, Gehi, obviously not a great fixture this week though. Mukiele is a rotational player. Richards isn't too bad. That's kind of the extent I would go there. Are you actually Captain Salah this week? Yeah. Is it a free hit right now? See what I sent on Twitter. Oh, God. What could this be? Gabriel probs won't play, by the way. That's okay. I've got bench cover in Mukiele. I've got bench cover. Right. Oh, yes, Nico. Why so many Leeds players then? Because I think they've got a good fixture, and they had a good fixture last week. Obviously, the good fixture last week didn't go their way, away at Burnley. But I think at home this week against West Ham, they could do some decent numbers here. I brought in Reece James for Anderson, and I'll start him. I have Kukurea and James, but they are both high assist threat and defensive fixture of that. Yeah, Connor, I like Reece James and Kukurea quite a lot. Should I transfer Kudus for Enzo this week? If you're desperate for Enzo, I don't mind that transfer, yeah. Is that Reinders or Sarr? Probably Reinders just about. Reasoning. What, for Captain Salah? I think, looking at the Champions League fixture, I feel as though Liverpool are coming to a point where they might change things a little bit toward, like, tactically, in a sense of starting both Ekitike and Isak. I think that still includes Mohamed Salah here. The fixture itself is better than the other fixtures, so we're gonna go for the fixture play. I mean, the reason we brought Salah and Haaland in for this particular wild card draft last week was so to have the ability to do this. So we're gonna go through with it. It could be Bruno as well. I don't mind changing to Bruno either. Do you really think Leeds are gonna win? It's not about winning. It's about scoring FPL points. But I do think they'll do quite well against West Ham at home, yeah. Why is everyone bringing in Enzo? I didn't bring him in this week, Todd. I brought him in last week on wildcard. Captain Semenyo or Haaland this week? I would go Semenyo. The last 2 years, Haaland has 1 goal against Villa away, and Villa won both games. Yeah. That's kind of the reason I want to play against Haaland captain this week. Could easily go wrong, and absolutely, if you want to play the safe bet, go for the captain on Haaland. Yeah, they changed things by bench and Salah, lol. Yeah, I mean, he needs his rest. The end of the day, I don't think he's going to be benched again. Frimpong isn't available to play on that right wing. He's injured. Palace will score versus Arsenal. Screenshot this. Yeah, I don't think it's sort of a bad game for Palace. I feel as though they can score. But, you know, it's a good clean sheet opportunity for Arsenal at home in any given fixture. So we're going to give them a go there. So, Gyu or Reinders? Personally, for me, you can see with my team, Reinders. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean you did, just would mean a lot of people were subbing him in recently. Yeah, this week he was quite popular, wasn't he, Todd? Really popular, actually. Mogs, what do you think about Valdemar captain? I feel like he's the only one that I might go over Haaland captain. I didn't want to go Semenyo against your dice side. Yeah, I think that's fair comment about Semenyo there. I don't mind Valdemar captain either. I think he's got to kind of manage his minutes a little bit better. He's playing a lot of minutes for Newcastle at the moment. So, really, Salah captain, yeah. Gazer got Liverpool Player of the Month, though. Player of the Month, did he? He plays wing. Yeah, he can play. I still think Salah will start, though. Rodon or Gehi? Rodon. Kudus captain? No. Semenyo, captain Semenyo, Enzo or Haaland? Probably Semenyo out of those. How come 3 Leeds players? They had a good fixture last week, although they lost. And West Ham at home feels like a really great fixture for them as well. A lot of people are commenting saying, you really think Leeds are going to win? Last time I checked, you don't get points for your team winning in FPL. Leeds ain't winning. Yeah, it doesn't matter. FPL points don't work that way, bro. What's Mark you doing there, mate? I think he'll play. And I think he'd probably be better than Reinders this week. We'll see. Donnarumma, Van der Ven, Senesi, Burn, Xhaka, Semenyo, Kudus, Salah, Q, Voldemort, and Haaland captain. Yeah, not a bad team. Sell Reinders, Paqueta, or for Enzo / and Jai. Probably Paqueta for Enzo if that's possible. Are you going to take Gabriel out? No. Jack says, Dubravka, Donnarumma, Senesi, Gabriel, Tarkovsky, Rodon, Anderson, and Jai. Reinders, Saka, Semenyo, Stach, Pedro, Gyökeres, Haaland. 5 through chances. Thoughts on Anderson and Gehi? Anderson and Reinders to Mukiele and Minte. I like those moves, Jack. I think we briefly touched on them before about sort of making that money available with Anderson there. I think that's decent. Will Gabriel play, says Finley? I think so, yes. Mukiele or Richards? I think it's really close between. I think both will get defensive contributions. Crystal Palace are the better team, so we'll give it to them possibly and go Richards. Either way, it's pretty even between those assets. Can you help me with my defenders? I got Virgil van Dijk, Senesi, Timber starting with Guardiola, Van der Ven on the bench. Yeah, I think that's fine. Do you have any suggestions for transfers? Not particularly, no. I feel as though past this fixture, Arsenal will be decent. Guardiola I'd maybe change, personally. Player of the match, says Nico Assi. Rodon 10 plus points, I feel it. I feel as though he'll get a decent amount of points. If not, then hopefully defensive contributions and getting past 60 minutes. I don't mind that. Pardon me. Is João Pedro starting? I think so. I think he'll play just behind Mark Yu. In the press conference, there was some really positive quotes from João Pedro being able to play behind Mark Yu. But yeah, Maresca said he's absolutely ready to start in the Premier League, so I'm going to trust Maresca there. Sessegnon or Tete? I don't even know who has sort of better minutes there, to be honest. I didn't really pay attention too much to other Fulham defensive assets, in all honesty. We can have a look. Probably Tete. I don't know. Does Sessegnon even play for them anymore? I don't think he does he? Yeah, be Tete. I don't think Sessegnon plays for them anymore. I could be completely wrong, but I feel as though he doesn't, does he? Yo, dude, what's good? This is Fundles on alt accounts. Nice, bro. What would you do with Kudus to Mbemo? Would you do, Kudus to Mbemo this week, or roll and get Sarr and Munoz next week? I would roll in that situation. I think Sarr and Munoz could get more points. He wasn't asking Sessegnon or Tete, lol. What have I just missed there, then? Oh, there was a... Sorry, cut off the top bit there. I'm captaining Voldemort. Fulham defence are missing Anderson, Bassi, still recovering. I believe they're also without Robinson, so weak defence will probably Diop. Yeah, okay, I see that now. Yeah, Connor, I get that. No, that does make sense, sort of justifying the Voldemort captaincy there. It just cut off the top of the chat there. I couldn't see it. Rodon or Stach? I probably lean more towards Rodon because I think there's a small sort of minor injury with Stach at the moment. Are you keeping Gabriel? Yeah. Get Nordy in that starting 11? I don't know, bro. I don't think so. I would love to, obviously. I would absolutely love to, but... Where am I at? Yeah, I'll probably agree with Orange Apple with Road on there. Is Enzo a nice captain differential this week, even though I have Haaland? Yeah, you could consider it, but I feel as though Sunderland are pretty good defensively. By the way, the deadline is tonight at 6:30. We've got an hour and 20 minutes. For 1k subs, can we get a day in the life? Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually, Orange Apple. I can do that. I mean, my day would be pretty boring because it would be... Normally, my day in my life is I wake up early, record a video, edit a video, post it, go to work, come home, go to bed. So it'd be pretty boring, but we could maybe do that. How to extract a white blood cell? No. Absolutely not. That's just not what I do. I do tests for white blood cells, though. Should I keep Bowen in a free hit? Thomas, I'm not... If you're on a free hit, you're probably going Bowen. Want to see what cereal bro has? I don't eat breakfast. Gabriel gonna start? I think he will, but be cautious. Why are we captaining Salah? Because I want to. I think he'll be decent this week, but absolutely don't follow my footsteps if you don't want to. I'd actually recommend you don't follow my footsteps. It's very risky, very very risky. Are you really gonna captain Salah? Yes. Estevao Gudmundsson. He won't start. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he will. I don't think that's the case. I'd be interested to see if Ryan Gravenberch starts this week. Not even a cheeky Greggs. No. Not in the morning. Maybe for like dinner at work though, because the Greg's outside. Sell Anderson to James or Burn. I like Reece James a lot. Junaid, I really do. Please don't captain Salah. Every week you go with some goofy captain. I don't go with a goofy captain every single week. I just don't. What did I do last week? I captained Haaland. That's not goofy. Should I start Gu over Minte? I'd probably play I'd probably play Minte over Gu this week. I'm tempted by Semenyo. I might even do it, but Salah. I think Semenyo is a decent option for it. What's your thoughts on Chris Wood? Keep or sell? Sell. Absolutely sell. I mean, I don't even know if he's gonna start, man. Brother, what is this team? I know it's crazy, but just trust the process. Trust the process, guys, please. Oh, you're not Captain Haaland? No, Charlie, I'm not. How come you got Gu? Transferred him in last week on wildcard, expecting some starts, and I think he could get one against Sunderland. Minte or Dewsbury Hall? I'll say Dewsbury Hall. Some bum just joined the Mogs League this week and took away my #1 spot. I'll close the league soon, dude. I'm waiting until we get a certain point where we've got enough people in there to make it really competitive. What do you think about Paqueta for Wirtz? Absolutely not. Or for Florian Wirtz. If you've already got Florian Wirtz, you could sell Paqueta. You could sell him to get Paqueta. If it's the other way around, I wouldn't. Brothers be some duck riders. What? Honestly, TikTok's doing my fucking head in today. Sorry, TikTok, but the live keeps getting restricted for some reason, and I don't know why. We'll hopefully be able to fix it. DCL, yeah, put the fries in the bag, mate. Nice one, dude. Appreciate your comment. We'll go like that. That'll have to do. Foden captain? Not for me. I wouldn't captain any City players this week, to be honest. Right, if that doesn't work, then I don't know what will. Sorry guys on YouTube, I'm just trying to fix something here. I'm having some technical faults. As usual, nothing goes right on streams, but we're here. That will have to do, I think. We'll try it again. Right, YouTube, is everything okay on your end? Can you actually hear me here? Because this shit ain't working, I can't lie. Right. Connor, how's your 6 lad prepping for your end of year play yet? Mogs, you still haven't added me on LinkedIn, lad. Yeah, because you added me, then unadded me, so I couldn't find your profile. I know your first name, that's it. I can't go through every single person that's called that name. I don't want to dox you, but you know what I mean. Are you sticking with Raya? Yes. Sorry, Josh. I was in the middle of fixing something there. Sorry if you didn't answer, but are you going to stick with Raya? Yes. Yes. XL final boss R. What? Ahmad H says start Xhaka or Sarr. I would go Sarr. I would go Sarr there. Which defence do you like more on wildcard? Pope, Gabriel, Timber, Senesi, Munoz, Michele, or swapping Munoz and Michele for Burnham Richards? I would definitely stick with Munoz and Michele. Yeah, YouTube stream is all good. I think so. Good. Wouldn't be a Moog stream without a technical difficulty. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but we always just seem to have some technical problems here. Apologies, TikTok, yet again, but TikTok decided to take down my stream because the video quality was too bad. It's something to do with the Wi-Fi today. So big apologies for that. We will hopefully be on track now and all fixed. Is Gakpo a good player to bring in? I don't mind it at all. I followed you, Mogs. It should show up. Not yet, but I'll have a look in a second. Getting laughed at by I'm not saying that. Salah fucking hell. Sell Van de Ven from -4. Probably not. Probably not. Would Salah not get benched? No. Salah would not get benched this week for me. Are you trusting Gabriel? Yes, Toby. Start Reinders or Rodon? Rodon for me. Rodon. Bet you were happy with your triple Arsenal defence and Mukiele, says Josh. Absolutely, bro. It was big plays last week. 83 points last week, guys. 83 points. I was so happy with it. So happy with it. Start Kudus or Reinders? I would go Kudus. You out on the prowl later, lad? We'll see. I don't think so. I think a few of the lads might be out already doing some like golf things, so I'll probably join them after the stream and see if they want to have a few pints. But where I live is not a place to be out on the prowl, I tell you that. Do you think Salah captain and why? Yes, I do think Salah captain this week for me. I think it's going to be a turning point for Liverpool personally. So we're going to bank on it. Back in Leeds as well. Back in you. We'll go massively differential as we did last week and it paid off. I don't think it's sort of a... It is risky this week, of course. But yeah, I'm going to go for it. Moog censoring his government name. But yeah, I'm not saying my own name out loud. It's weird. Hi Dan. I'm not Dan, but Hello, mate. Which three of these should I start? Q, Reinders, Kieran Jusby Hall, Porro, or Diouf? I think I would play Kieran Jusby Hall, Diouf, Reinders before Porro and Reinders there. So it would be the order of the assets there would be probably Diouf, Kieran Jusby Hall, Q, Reinders, Porro. Sarr or Reinders, I have double Arsenal defence. I like Sarr a little bit better this week, so I'd go that way. Hi, Dan. Yeah, I don't know if he's talking about me being Daniel Radcliffe as in Harry Potter there, but that would be a pretty good one. What was your total points last week, Mogs? What did I say before? It was 83, wasn't it? Yeah, 83 was the points last week. Mogs, give us a fun fact about blood. Oh, for fuck's sake. No. I deal with it enough on a daily basis that I don't want to talk about work. Bro thought he was in the FPL mate stream. Maybe. I low-key see the resemblance. Ugh. Don't say that. Do you reckon Gabriel will still play, says Toby? I think so. Leeds fan? No. I get it every single week just because I've got 3 Leeds players, but I totally get that, bro. No, I just think there was decent upside in the past last week and this week about it. You're effed if Arsenal don't get a clean sheet. I mean, they did last week and we got a lot of points, so hopefully it can happen this week. Sell Van de Ven for a -4, best replacements. I wouldn't sell him for a -4. Currently number 1 in your league by 2 points, says Josh Beddoe. Now, I know that I've got the number 2 sitting in YouTube chat right now, so it's a big competition between you and Connor at the moment. Man said Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, I think that's what he was on about, wasn't he? Triple Arsenal, says David. Yeah, on the defence, I'm going triple Arsenal as of last week. Why? What's wrong with FPL mate then, Mogs? Are you suggesting he's inferior to yourself? No, I'm not suggesting that at all. It's just I don't want to look like other people. I don't like that. To be fair, his buy and sell keeps and avoids are interesting. Yeah, sometimes. Why give Salah captain and not Haaland, says Charlie. I don't think Haaland captain is as strong this week. I think Salah captain is decent and a good chance to go differential against a lot of people who sold them this week. I think it could be a turning point for Liverpool against Brentford away from home. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. Hopefully Calvert-Lewin scores. Yeah, I hope so. Van de Ven or Esteve? Probably Van de Ven. I don't know, though. It's... What do we expect? Because I don't know who his partner's going to be next to him. To be fair, we'll give it a Burnley. We'll give it a Burnley because I do think there's a decent clean sheet chance there. It's just difficult. I get away from home. I have no defenders to replace Gabriel. I wouldn't transfer him out, Ben. I'll just keep Gabriel. He's going to be better sort of longer term. If do you know what I mean? Get rid of him for just 1 week if he's got potential of being out. I don't think it's a great move. Blood is built like number 8 from the number jacks. Bloody hell. Michele question mark. He's on my bench at the moment. Yeah. Mogs does believe certain members of society are lower than him. Oh my god. I knew where that was going and I still chose to read it. Read it out there. I'm not going to do that. Benching Verts for Paqueta. It's probably a good move. Raya or Dubravka start. I'm going Raya over Dubravka this week for my team, so I would suggest the same thing. FPL in your name with a team like that is hilarious. Thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate that. Bench 1 out of Foden, Caicedo, Semenyo, Rice, and Mbuemo. Who would I bench there? Probably Foden or Rice. I'd say Rice. We'll go Rice there. We'll go Rice. I do think he'll get defensive contract. He's on clean. Yeah, I'd go Foden in that bench one. I'd go Foden. I think with Rice on some set pieces as well, it's kind of nice, isn't it? Not sure whether to start Reinders or not. I've benched him personally. I don't think this fixture for City is too great, in all honesty. Doku or Minte to start? I'd go Minte there. Start Donnarumma or Dubravka. I'll go Donnarumma. Should I sell Donnarumma for Pope and get Reinders out for Enzo, or just roll the transfer? I would consider that transfer, to be fair. I would consider that transfer. Depends if you really want to commit to Pope for longer term. Because I think Donnarumma will become a really good option from game week 13 onwards. So it depends. You could wait a week and maybe look to do a different transfer to get Reinders out for Enzo next week. Not sure if I should make a transfer this week. Thinking about Kudus and Van der Ven out. I don't mind that. You can't say, I don't know, not a word. Oh, okay. I kind of get what he means, yeah. What's with the Leeds fetish? Don't know, bro. I just think they're not too bad. I don't think they're too bad. FPL Punk, how is it going, bro? Alright, Muck, I hope you're well. I am, mate. How are you? You can't drop Mukiele after that masterclass. I think he'll play centre-back against Chelsea, so I don't think he's going to be as attacking as last week. It is Chelsea away. We've struggled away from home, Punk, so I'm gonna give it a Chelsea this week. Having a good chance against us, but we defend quite well, so we'll see how it goes. Swap Salah as your captain? No. Not for me this week. I can't do Reinders out for Enzo. If I do that, I have to sell Gyökeres, who scored a brace midweek, and I wouldn't want to do that. You don't have to do that, bro. No. I mean, wait 1 week and then possibly change it. Salah is struggling. Yeah, he is. I think this could be the week that Liverpool turn things around, though. I really do. Gabriel is a no. I would take him out. We can absolutely play him there, and if he doesn't play, we'll have Mukiele on the bench. So I don't think it's the end of the world. It's pointless, if I played Mukiele and then actually Gabriel was okay, because then I would miss out on Gabriel. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to do it like this, and then if it is the case that Gabriel isn't available and doesn't feature within the squad, then we'll stick with Mukiele. Are you sticking with this team, mate? Yeah, this is the team. This is the team this week. Is it good to have Gabriel, Timber and Calafiori as my defence? Yeah, it's not bad. I've got triple Arsenal defence just in a different format. Do you think Caicedo better than Enzo since Defcons, says Rodri? I think Enzo with pens just about comes ahead of Caicedo for me, personally. I think it is close between those two, though. Wagyu, can you explain? I think he will start for Chelsea this week. There's some really positive quotes from Maresca this week about Gyu starting in the Premier League. So I think that will be the case against Sunderland at home, which I don't think is a bad fixture. How come you switch keepers? If Gabriel is out, Mukiele would come in, so then I would still have double Arsenal defence, and I still think the home fixture for Arsenal is quite good, even though it's against Palace. Wolves will probably look to beat Burnley this week. I do rate Burnley, but I don't know. I don't know if I rate them that much to play them over Raya. It is still on my mind, but I think I'll stick with this week. Start Mukiele or Munoz. Probably Munoz. Reinders, Porro, Esteve on the bench. Should I bench boost? I wouldn't personally with that bench, mate. No. I don't think so. Should I do Burn instead or... Oh, sorry, Theo. I've missed your previous message. I don't quite know what you're referring to. I don't quite know what you're talking about there, Theo. If you give me some context, I'll be able to help you out. I've answered a few different ones. Everything merges into one on TikTok. Sorry. Is João Pedro worth keeping this week? I really don't know what to do with him. Hasn't played great recently. I would probably play him, yeah. I'd keep him for a longer term period. I think having patience as an FPL manager is very underrated. Should I do Burn over Gabriel Timber or Calafiori? Yes, I see. Yes, I'll play Burn this week. I'd play the Burn this week. Need Ekitike, bro, and Salah's out of form. I mean, Ekitike, is he a 90-minute player for Liverpool who's on pens? No. So it's hard to give him a transfer in because we don't know every week if he's going to play. So it is difficult, but I really do like Ekitike. I just don't know as an FPL asset he's the one to be picking. Gakpo feels a bit better than Salah at the moment as well. Made transfers, took a -12, took Salah, Juve, Reinders, Eze, Fasaka, Gyökeres, Greenish, Caicedo. Fair plays, bro, fair plays. Is this the team you'll be using? Yeah. Burnt for Calafiori or Timber? Probably Calafiori, Theo. I like Timber a little bit better. I like Timber a little bit more. Right, everyone in chat, who are we captaining this week? Comment who you're captaining right now. I want to see how diverse this is, because a lot of people seem to be going against Haaland this week. So it'll be interesting to see where we're at here. We've got Haaland from Theo. Josh is captaining Enzo this week. Valdemar captain. We've had another one of those on YouTube. Another Valdemar captain. Haaland. Another Haaland. Valdemar, yes. Haaland still, says Ali. A good amount of Haalands. Valdemar too. Should I captain Haaland or Ekitike? I think Ekitike is a bit of a risk there. Check Twitter. Oh, God. Orange Apple, when you tell me to check Twitter, it's never good. I really can't lie to you, bro. I really can't lie to you, dude. I reckon Salah is a good captain, you know. Oh, my days. Oh, wait, is the number 8 got glasses? I didn't know that. Is Gabby starting? I think he will, yeah. But if he doesn't, make sure you have your bench in order. Was thinking Yao Pedro captain, but I don't know. It feels difficult there. Haaland captain for Orange Apple. Sarah Reinders. I think I would go Sar personally, Finn. I think I'll go Sar. Reinders just doesn't feel like a great asset right now, I'll be honest. Statch, Reinders, or Njai to bench. It'd be between Statch and Reinders for me. Only downside of Ekitike is his minutes. Clear captain otherwise. I would kind of agree there, but his minutes are the main reason that, you know, he's not a good captaincy option. Thoughts on Mbeumo getting another goal? Yeah, I like Mbeumo a lot. Come on, Mogs, Captain Rodon. I know you thought about it. I actually haven't thought about it for 1 second, Josh. I'll be really honest with you. The only players I've thought about captaining this week is Haaland, Salah, and Bruno. And we're going Salah. We're going Mohamed Salah. If he stinks up the gaff and doesn't do well, I don't mind. We're going to take the risk. I think there's upside there in going against Haaland this week. So we'll see how that turns out. Probably not great, but... Well, now you have... Because you've got an hour to think about it. I'm not thinking about Rodon captain, Josh. Sorry, guys. I'm a bit poorly. Rodon, low-key, a better captaincy option than Salah. Go on, break that down for me, Orange Apple. Break that down. I'd like to see that broke down. Like, genuine, actually would. Semenyo masterclass or no? It's difficult to call with Semenyo because Sean Dyche is coming at Forest. They've won a game. Sean Dyche is very good defensively normally. There is quality in that Forest side. I just don't know, like, is it going to be like an instant impact from Sean Dyche? It's hard to tell. I mean, he's proved it in Europa League there, so we'll have to see, eh? We'll have to see. I've left my drink over there, so I can't even have a drink on stream. Chalobah or Cucurella? Cucurella. Bloody on my nose. I probably shouldn't go out tonight if I'm ill, but I do want a pint. Is it a good decision to triple captain Haaland against Leeds? Most likely. Most likely. It's utter woke nonsense. Why, says Benji, why Cucurella? I just think Cucurella is a better asset there. I think he'll result in more points because he's more attacking. He has the ability to earn defensive contributions, of course, but less likely than Chalobah. And of course, he gets really involved within the box. So, yeah, I do really like Cucurella. Chalobah feels like he could get benched at any point. I don't even know if he'll start this week. I think it could be Tosin and Fofana, to be honest. We give you permission to quickly go get your drink, Mogs, you king. Nah, we're not going to do it. I confirm it for 50 minutes. Anthony, Burnley or Paqueta? I'd maybe lean slightly more towards Paqueta because he could be on pens. But Rodon 6 points for a clean sheet, 2 for DEFCON, 8 points times 2, 16. Salah 2 points, yellow card, minus. Free bus pass 2x. That's a good little 2x there though. Orange Apple, you kind of made me want to captain him more. Is Gu starting? I believe he will, Benji. There's some really positive quotes from Maresca today actually, about Mark Gu being ready to start in the Premier League. Got work, brother, so I'll be going. I'll check my phone to see that Rodon goal and clean sheet. Yes, Josh, lads. Enjoy work, brother. Have a good shift, man. Obviously, I really appreciate coming in stream today. Connor's going to have a little bit of a battle with Josh about getting first place in my private mini league. Should I swap out Calafiori for Burn? I don't think that's a bad move. You can take a horse to water. Yeah, see you later, Josh, bro. Can I join the mini league, says Benji? Yeah, absolutely. Head over to the link in the bio, click the YouTube, and in the description of the live stream right now on YouTube, you'll find an automatic join link. That's the easiest way you can join my league. That's the easiest way. So definitely give that a look at, Benji. Definitely give that a look at. Should I get Valdemar in for João Pedro? I would hold João Pedro for now, to be honest. How many points did he get last week? 83. 83 points last week for me. Hey, Mogs. Hey. Hey, no. Hide that chat. Get that away, Orange. Put it away. How do I do that? I've figured out how to delete messages now, Orange Apple. I figured it out. Why is this not being... Sorry, folks. I'm just having a little change around with how the stream is set up on TikTok here. We'll see if that helps. You think Gabriel will be okay? Yeah. I'm going to restart the stream on TikTok here because it's kicking me off. Hold on. What a load of shit. Is this a good bench boost this week? Dubravka, Rodon, Goodmanson, Kudus, and Die. Yes, I like that. I don't mind it. Yeah, it seems decent, that, bro. It does. Actually, we should probably delete that, and then that's maybe the problem on TikTok. Have I figured it out? Probably. We've probably figured it out there. Go live. Yes, please. Put that there. There we go. Thank God. Right. Where are we at in terms of the live stream here? We're 50 minutes to go. 50 minutes to go. Is there anything I want to change about my team? Anything at all? And don't say captaincy Orange Apple. I know you're going to say it. I'm wildcarding. Should I go Mateta or João Pedro, says Finn on TikTok. I would personally go for Mateta and commit to that longer term. I think João Pedro's still a good option, but he's a bit out of form right now. Not exactly the output we're looking at in our forward line in FPL. So I would look at Mateta personally, even though he's got hard fixture. You could bench him theoretically this week as well, Finn. You could. It can. But yeah. Mogs, what's the thoughts on... Right. ISO... as the international standards for medically lab quality systems. Well, do you know what? I've actually got I've got an interview next week, Orange Apple, for a higher position in the lab. So you might see that on LinkedIn when I add you later, bro. Will João Pedro play over Mark Gu? I think they will both play. Salah's washed, bro. I know, bro. What am I gonna do? I can only captain him, and that's the only thing I can do with that. Now, I understand the Salah hate. Don't you worry, guys. I understand it, but I think there is good upside in it this week, so I'm going to go for it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and you can all laugh at me. I actually will. You know what? If it does go wrong, the Salah captain, please laugh at me. Please. Because it will put me off doing it in future weeks. Change one of your midfielders. I wonder which one you're on about. 3 Leeds players is crazy. I know. West Ham at home is definitely a bad game. No, I'm joking. Leeds fan. The amount of times I get asked if I'm a Leeds fan just for owning 3 players. Sullen. No, I just think it's a good fixture, man. West Ham at home, surely a good game for Leeds. A close game, but a good game, I would say. Hopefully my captain on Dan Burn will cook. Dan Burn captain. That's the first one I've seen this stream, bro. I'm off with Semenyo for captain. Don't mind taking risks. Yeah, I really like Semenyo captaincy this week. Triple Leeds is crazy. I know, bro. It is. It's very risky. It is. My drink's just around the corner. I can't bloody reach it. Sent a rose. Thank you very much for the rose, dude. Appreciate that. If you've got any questions, let me know, man. Medical Guna promotion. Oh, dear. Not quite. Not quite. Who to bench, Kudus or Reinders? I would bench Reinders. Should I wildcard if I'm going to transfer 4 to 6 players out? Probably, yeah, if it's 6 players. I've captained Haaland. Nice. I've gone against Haaland personally this week. Forest going to cook under Dyche. I would like to see Forest have a little bit of a resurgence under Sean Dyche. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily top half of the table from last season, but I think it still will be okay. Is Captain and Gakpo smart? I don't mind it, yeah. I don't mind it. But if his minutes are good, I rate that. Xhaka a good shout? Yeah, he's okay for defensive contribution. Some hard fixtures coming up, but he's obviously going to be like a rotational asset in your team, I would imagine. Should I activate bench boost for Gehi, Kudus, Juve, and Dubravka? It's one I'd consider, but it's a difficult one for Gehi this week. Captain Salah or Craig Revel Howard? I could Craig Revel Howard, to be honest. Why still Salah? I think he's got great fixtures from game week 12 onwards, and even now there's a good fixture this week, which is why I'm captaining him. I think it's going to be a turn in Liverpool's form this week in particular. How well do you think Doku will do? I actually don't know how Doku's minutes will be personally. He played quite a lot of minutes in the Champions League, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a Leeds fan, but I would not trust DCL as my captain on FPL. Do you not think he will come away with some goals within the next few weeks, though? He's getting so many chances. Who was your favourite soccer player? It's not called soccer, first off, I'll tell you that much. But Bloodhound, it would probably be my favourite. I mean, Messi is my favourite player ever because he's the best player ever. But favourite, I quite liked Stefan Sessegnon. He used to play for Sunderland when I was a kid. French attacker midfielder. Very techie. Very good. My favourite was Maradona the legend. Boring. No, I'm joking. Maradona's sick, bro. Maradona's sick. Gabriel or Alex Scott? I'd go Gabriel. Sell Kudus or Foden for Enzo. The other will be sold next week for Sarr. I would sell Kudus this week. Would I sell Kudus this week? Foden. Foden's played a lot of minutes lately. I'd probably sell Kudus this week. It's really a flip of a coin between both of them. I don't think they're great assets between them both, to be honest. What time is the deadline, bro? The deadline is in 44 minutes time and 16 seconds. Start Xhaka or Reinders? I would start Reinders over Xhaka this week. Would I? Would I do that? Probably, yeah. Okay, thanks. No worries, Noah. No worries. Should I start Van der Ven over Tarkowski? No, I would do it the other way around. Thank you for the follow, Noah. Appreciate that, man. If you're on TikTok as well, feel free to like that, like the stream as well. Double tap the screen. I've had a lot of technical difficulties with TikTok today, so I've had to restart the stream at least 5 times. So I really appreciate if you could like today's stream on TikTok. Start Sarr Reinders. I've always said Sarr on today's stream. I think there's a little bit more upside in Ismail Sarr, even though he's against Arsenal this week. Will Gabriel play? I think so. Ethan, what moves have you made? I have not made any moves, but I've made some changes to the side. You should be able to see on screen there who I've captained and who I've benched. A few changes in that regard. Otherwise, no transfers have been made in my side this week, bro. Bro's going to start the deadline stream next week with Casemiro captain or something. Don't tempt me with a good time, Orange Apple. I hope he's got his Timberland boots on for this Brighton fixture. Should I buy Voldemade or keep Gyökeres? I would keep... Do you know what? I'd keep Gyökeres in all honesty. I would. I do think Voldemade is probably a better option this week, though. Start Xhaka or Reinders, you didn't answer. I did answer, I think. It might just be a little bit delayed, Nico. But I said Reinders. But it is really close between them. Gabriel ain't going to start. Do you not think so? I think he could start this week. And if he doesn't, I'm not too sure he'll come off the bench if he's got an issue. Should I keep Van Dijk? Yeah, I would keep Van Dijk. I think a longer-term view on Van Dijk is from Game Week 12 onwards. He's got amazing fixtures. Ekitike. What about Ekitike? You got him in this week? Gabriel Agehi, Gabriel. Kudus or Poro? Kudus. Captain Semenyo, Saka or Voldemade? It would be between Semenyo or Voldemade this week for me. 3 Leeds players, question mark? Yeah. 3 Leeds players. Start Xhaka or Kudus? I'd probably go Kudus there. Should I keep Gordon? Yes, Casper. I like Gordon. I've got Statch too. Nice, Jacob. My team is Pope, Dubravka, Senesi, Gabriel, Timber, Saka, Enzo, Kudus, Semenyo, Statch, Haaland, Pedro, Voldemade. 2 free transfer. Probably roll it again unless we get Gabriel news. We won't get Gabriel news. I'll be brutally honest with you there. It's because it's a Friday deadline. We won't have any real, news for the teams playing on Saturday, Jack. 2 free transfers. I don't think I would actually do anything. I would roll the transfer. It's a nice team, that, Jack, to be fair. Njai or Caicedo, says Mali. Caicedo. Salah captain is bonkers. I know it is. I know. Don't you worry. I like Xhaka, by the way. I like Xhaka a lot as well. I wonder why. Captain Haaland, Semenyo, Voldemade. Semenyo and Voldemade would be my picks there. Why do you have 3 Leeds players? They had a good fixture last week. Sadly, didn't do much in the fixture, but this week they've got arguably a better fixture, I would say, at home. Bench Mukiele, yes, it's Chelsea away from home. I think it's a difficult chance for a clean sheet this week for Sunderland. But, we do hope we come away with a clean sheet. I just don't know if it's possible this week against a really quality side in Chelsea. Ender win for Reinders. Yeah, I don't mind that, Casper. I don't. I really don't. I've just realised, YouTube, you cannot see the TikTok comments. I do apologise for that. I should be able to fix that in just a sec, though, for you. Do I start Raya or Dubravka? I've went with David Raya this week. It's kind of team dependent, though, because because I've got Gabriel there, if Gabriel doesn't play and Mukiele gets subbed on, at least I'll still have 2 Arsenal defenders at home. So we're going for that this week. I've got Trippier in this week. Think that's a good pick? Do you know what? Yeah, I do. I think Trippier always does a decent job at Newcastle. I really do. Obviously, it's a good fixture at home this week for them. Sold Gyökeres for Voldemade, says Nico on YouTube. I don't mind that move. Should you buy Chelsea defenders? I think so. And TikTok's doing it again. Great. Semenyo captain, I'm doing it, says Orange Apple. Let's go, dude. Mateta this week, yeah. I think longer term he's pretty good. Forgot Arsenal are playing tomorrow, to be honest. Yeah, the deadline's today, Jack, because Leeds are playing West Ham at home today at 8. So a bit of an earlier deadline than the weekend ones. I am getting pretty sick of TikTok today. It keeps kicking me off. I've got Reece James in, but I'm not sure if I should sell. I wouldn't sell Reece James. No. I'd definitely play Reece James this week. Why Gabriel over Guéhi? I think it's a better chance for clean sheet for Arsenal this week, even with the flag. Why does everyone have Calvert-Lewin? He's shocking. Let me just quickly look at his ownership. 1.7% of players own Calvert-Lewin. So not everyone owns him. I do agree he is shocking in a way. Finishing, needs to improve drastically, but he is getting the chances. That's why he is in there. Is Enzo playing 10? I don't think so. I brought in James lol. Yeah, I like James a lot. Someone else has him and thinking of selling him this week. Do you wish you had Mbeumo over Fernandes, or are you happy? I'm very happy with Bruno Fernandes. I changed my mind. I'm going back to Haaland. I can't do it. That's fair, honestly. Thoughts on Neto? I think minutes are an issue there. CS London. Gabriella Timber on wildcard. Probably Timber with the flag on Gabriel. Weetabix James, interesting. No, I think he's got a lot of fitness about him now, Reece James, Thinking of selling Reinders for Enzo or roll to get Sarr and Mateta next week, I would imagine, that says Junaid. I would maybe roll. I think there's a bit more upside in Sarr and Mateta next week. I do. Let me check when Okafor is back for Leeds for you there. I don't think there was a timeline we were given, in all honesty. I think it will be Harrison again off that left-hand side. They're making some good progress, but we're not able to complete in whole team training this week so far. We'll take some late decision. This was yesterday, by the way, so they could have he could have trained this today. But yeah, 4 subs off, please sub if you're new. Yeah, I think we are close. Let me check that. Oh, we are close. We're 5 subs away. Are you keeping Gabriel? Yes. I have Pedro. Should I sell for you? No. I wouldn't do that. Poro or Pedro? Pedro. No sound detected on TikTok. I'm pretty sure everyone can hear me, TikTok. I don't know what it's chatting shit about. Is Gabriel playing? I believe so, yes. Switch captain for the final time. I'm trying to help. I don't think I'm going to switch captain, bro. I'll be honest. What's your current ranking? It should say top right of the screen, but I'm 2.2 million in the world at the moment. Not amazing, but not too bad. Not too bad. I play my free hit this week. Thoughts included Paqueta and Jared Bowen. I don't mind that against Leeds, but I do think Leeds away is a pretty hard fixture. I would only have maybe 1 on a free hit. Probably be Jared Bowen. I mean, there's going to be a lot of defensive contributions opportunities for Paqueta here. I feel as though in this Leeds fixture. I feel as though Leeds play very, very central orientated and then push out wide. So maybe some chances for Paqueta to get defensive contributions there. But Bowen would probably be the better pick for a free hit. I don't know who's on penalties, though, for West Ham. I can't figure it out. It's probably Bowen, but then Paqueta's really good at penalties as well, isn't he? Start Caicedo or João Pedro? João Pedro. Yeah. It would be João Pedro over Caicedo this week for me. Thoughts on Ekitike? I don't mind him, but his minutes aren't exactly nailed. I've had enough. Go on your community posts right now. Yeah, I've just changed that on YouTube, Orange Apple. So you should be able to comment on like my community thing, like I say. Posts. Oh, I can't see that actually. Yeah, I can't go on that for some reason. Is Mark Yu going to get minutes? I think he'll start this week. Thoughts on Tarkovsky and Greener, says Justin. Yeah, I like them. Shall I bench Paqueta for Njai then? I do like Njai this week. I do. I think my light is gonna die on the left-hand side here. What's the community thing? I'm gonna have a look into that. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna turn my light on in my room because my other studio light is going to die. We're back. Ugh. There we go. Right, that should be better lighting. What's the community thing? Yeah, so I don't know how it works, in all honesty, but I think I have managed to make my posts on YouTube as not like my videos, but he's got no pants on. I absolutely have pants on. Thank you very much. Turn that light off. Yeah, it should be. I've tried to make it so my posts, like written posts on my YouTube page, that you guys can comment on it, but it doesn't look like it's worked. Oh no! Visit community. Okay, so if I think if you click visit community, it should work, and you're able to comment on my stuff. Comments on moderation none. One day blocked words. I think you should be able to look at that. I don't know why it's not working. Sorry, Andre, but I can't see the post on the community thing. I don't know why it's not working. Apologies, man. I don't know. Okay. Fit to screen. Right, we'll try to go live again on TikTok. I don't know why it's not working, but pop off. Check now, does that work? Give me a second while I pull that up, because you might have fixed it here. Ekitike to start. I think Ekitike will start, yes. I think Alexander Isak has a small issue. Me sad because FPL is so hard. It is a difficult game, it is. Right, community. Oh, it's because I looked at top, newest. Gooning to this shit. Fucking hell. I should not have read that out. So yeah, if you go on the YouTube page, Connor, and go to FPL Mo's community, you should be able to make your own posts, which I can see on my community page. So like, if you ever want to like say something or talk to people who are subscribed to me, you can make posts and stuff. W Trim, bash. Get the mullet out, lads. Yes, Wilfred, lad. I know, I look like a fucking homeless person last stream. I do apologise for that, but... Did I have the haircut? Did I have the haircut last stream, actually? I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I got it this week. Half an hour till the FPL deadline. Am I shitting my pants or am I shitting my pants? I think I'm shitting my pants. Gabriel apparently picked up another lock. Should I sub him for Tarkowski? No, I would play Gabriel and have Tarkowski first on your bench. Start Van de Ven or Esteve. Esteve. I would go for that. Do you know what? Could I actually do that instead? Aha. And then just have one of those on screen. Let's see if that works. Cavaloon is a great shout. I like him personally, yes. I quite like him. Check the community modes. 2 seconds while I just quickly fix this page. Okay, it's not fixed the page, it's changed it on the other screen. Are you sure? Yeah, I would personally do that move. 2 seconds, guys. I'm just making sure that you can see the team on screen. That should work. Check the community. That's what I was doing. Community page. Are you sure 110th in your league? Who is? Sorry. Who's 110th in my league? Apologies. Posts. No. Visit community. Newest posts. Nothing's popping up on the newest posts. I can't lie. Orange Apple's chat is disappeared. Start Reinders or Sarr? I would go Ismail Sarr personally. Minte or Gehi? I go Minte. Gabriel playing? I believe so. Yeah. I believe he will. No Njai? Not on my squad, no. Why not? Why no Mbeumo for Bruno? I think Bruno's the better asset. TikToker. Should I sub Reinders off for Njai? I would do that move, yeah. Keane or Rodon to start? Rodon. Salah will probably be dropped. I don't think so. I think he'll start, and I think he'll do quite well. I do believe he'll be quite good. Kukureya or Senesi or Dan Burn? Kukureya and Senesi and Dan Burn. I like Kukureya a bit longer term than Senesi. Do I actually? I think Senesi, the order of those assets would be, for me, Kukureya, Senesi, Dan Burn, as you've wrote them. That would be my sort of ranking there quickly for you. Is Semenyo a good captaincy choice? I think so, yeah. Why Mark Yu? Will he play? I think he'll start for Chelsea, yeah. I think he will. I think Maresca's had some really positive comments about Mark Yu today in his press conference, saying he's ready to start in the Premier League. So we're starting him off that basis, that he's going to play João Pedro behind Mark Yu. And that perhaps puts Enzo a little bit deeper, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. A lot of set pieces will be taken by Enzo Fernandez. Do you think Gakpo was a shout? Yes. Greenish a keep? Yes. I think Greenish is a keep. Obviously, he didn't play last week because he's playing against his parent club. Start 2. One defender, Tarkowski. Okay. Tarkowski, Xhaka, Esteve, or Eze. I would play... I'd play Tarkowski and Eze. How much points do you think we'll get from Rodon? Hopefully a clean sheet in defensive contributions. I think that's That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Leeds tonight. We pray that they keep a clean sheet. I'm not entirely sure they will, but hopefully defensive contributions can come into play for Rodon. He's pretty far away from defensive contributions in the previous game, which is a worry. But hello, how to show my team. I'm not showing people's teams on today's stream because it's not a team rating stream. But midweek we like to do team rating streams. Are you a Leeds fan? No. Why do you have so many of them? Because they've got good fixtures this week. Statch will get an assist, mark my words. I hope so. Gyu unexpected? Yeah, unexpected, of course, because not many people have seen the quotes from Maresca today about him potentially starting him in the Premier League. I think he'll start this week. Salah captain, crying faced. I know, bro, it's risky. I bought Maguire for next game. Wow, that's interesting. I got Yao Pedro in still. I don't think that's a bad shout. I think he'll play behind Mark Gyu this week against Sunderland at home. I think I need to take a -4. I don't like Esteban van der Ven. You can absolutely take a -4, Nico, if you don't like your team. Just got to make sure the player you bring in is going to be better than that -4 and score you more points. West Ham winning tonight, by the way. Yeah, I think it'll be a close game. Would you swap Kudus for Grealish on a free hit? Yeah, I would do that. I absolutely would, yeah. Should get Salah out for Semenyo. I think Salah's better for a longer term and shorter term, so I'm going to commit to Mohamed Salah personally. Of course, the price is a massive thing. Worst team I've seen? I've definitely seen worse teams than this, bro. I can't lie. He ain't scoring, though. Yeah, not at the moment, but I think this game he will. Creeper Jr. to start? Yes, I think so. Happy Bulldog. Face reveal. I like that orange apple. Thank you, Master Mogs. Is that... I think that's Joseph. Is that... Sorry if I just doxed you, bro. Yeah, it is Joseph. What's your rank? 2.2 million in the world. Sell Van der Ven for Timber for -4. I actually like that move, yeah. I've got Lyle Foster in my team since you're playing Wolves. I don't mind Lyle Foster and Burnley assets, like Anthony as well. I don't mind them at all against Wolves. Salah better for parking closer to Asda. Then why the fuck am I listening to you? You don't have to listen to me. You can just do this. You can scroll. Hey, mate. So my bench boost is Dubravka, Stach, Rodon, Tarkovsky. 3 free transfers. Any changes? Not on the top of my head. I'd need to know the rest of your team, to be honest. But, you know. 2.2 million isn't too much. Joking, bro. I know. That's why I replied the way I did, bro. Don't worry. Slime Fisto. What is that profile picture? Let's get his no, it's not going to come up, is it? I think it looks like Gru. Kissing face from Ye Jedi Master. I hope that's a reference to a woman we know and love, Joseph. Your username. Will Gabriel play? I think so, yeah. I think so. I'd have your bench in order in case he doesn't feature in the game, but I do think that he will play. It's a hard game against Palace, and you expect them to go full strength against Palace. Okay, hear me out. Gyu did not play 45 minutes versus Ajax, maybe because Enzo saved him for the game versus Sunderland. Yeah, I kind of understand that. If you did... I didn't hear your response. I wouldn't make any changes to that bench, no. Get a grip, mate. Salah captain. Cheers, mate. Thanks for the comment. Mogs, if you won 20 quid, what would you spend it on? Probably nothing. I'd probably spend it on pints. Will João Pedro start? Yes, I think he'll be play behind Mark Q this week. Why 3 Leeds players? It's a good fixture for them, so I'm going to start all 3 of them this week.
Who should I captain? Enzo, Njai, Semenyo, Paqueta, Haaland, João Pedro, Bowen. I would look at Semenyo, Enzo, or Haaland, personally. Is Rodon good? I think so, yes, this week. W pints. Yeah, W pints, bro. I'm feeling thirsty tonight. We'll say that. Gabriel injured. He's got a bit of a knock, Dan. Bit of a knock. Nothing too much to worry about, I don't think, personally, so I'm going to start him this week. Just have your bench in order, just in case. 20 minutes till the deadline now. Guiu playing, lads? Stephen, I think he could play, yeah. Some really positive quotes from Maresca in his press conference this week regarding sort of Mark Guiu potentially being ready to start within the Premier League. Why does my bench order matter? Because let's say Gabriel didn't play with this team, in my team, it means that having Mukele ahead of Anderson as a defender on my bench, I would get Mukele instead of Anderson, who's injured. And let's say, for example, Mark Guiu doesn't play for Chelsea, Reinders would come in because he's first on my bench. So it's important to have your bench order in sort of how you would want to play them, who's going to get the most points for you. Do you know what I mean? Of course, you can't have less than 3 defenders. Do you know what I mean? So you have to take that into consideration as well when picking bench order. What's your go-to pint mogs? I do like a good IPA. I tend to get what's it called? Neck oil. Neck oil is pretty nice when I'm out where I live. But normally it's just like Moretti's decent. I like Moretti. You starting Gabriel? Yes, bro. Is João Pedro injured? I don't think so, no. Do we go against Haaland this week? That's what I'm doing, dudes, this week. Obviously, you don't have to follow my footsteps. It's very risky in Haaland's form, but I do think Aston Villa are a decent defence. Should I sell Van de Ven to Timber for a -4 or start Esteve and don't take the -4? I would probably start Esteve and don't take the -4 personally. Maz, Hincapié or Maresca will probably play. Yeah, they could do. I think Arsenal will probably play full strength in all honesty against Palace. But, you know, like I said many times, have your bench in order if Gabriel doesn't play, if you want to start him. I've done that personally this week. Bradley, come on, mate, give up on Salah. I only brought him in last week. I don't think I'll be giving up on him anytime soon. My audio's bugging out. What did you say about Kudus? What did I say about Kudus? Should I buy Enzo for Kudus? I have Caicedo and João Pedro covering Chelsea. I would probably leave Kudus for now. Very nice. I would probably leave him for now. Bro goes to the bar saying, "Can I have 3 inches, please?" Oh my god. I don't say that. Thoughts on Reece James? I think Reece James is great. I really like Chelsea defenders from this week onwards. I think Sunderland will struggle to score against Chelsea, I'll be honest with you. As a Sunderland fan watching them every single week, we tend to struggle in the final third. I'm 5k, remember me? It's Will. I do, bro. I do remember you. I don't know if it was this week or last week's team rating stream. You were there. I do remember you, bro. Thank you for all your help. No worries at all, dude. I brought in Burn and Gordon this week, Will. I think that's great. I like Gordon a lot, personally, in FPL. Who do I bench between Poro and Juve and Kieran Trippier and Reinders? I'd bench Poro and I'd bench Reinders. Are you actually captaining Salah on his recent form? No, I'm not captaining Salah on his recent form. I am captaining Salah on the premise that I think Liverpool will turn their form around within the Premier League in this fixture. I think they will look to score more goals like they did in the Champions League. And I feel as though going against Haaland, who, City haven't won a game or drawn a game against Aston Villa away from home in the last 2 years, as a factor of going against Haaland this week. So there are reasons to my madness. Don't think I'm just being different for clicks and views. I am genuinely captaining Mohamed Salah this week. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But at the end of the day, you don't gain rank in FPL by doing the same stuff as everyone else does. So, look at that team and you can understand that. I'm not captaining Salah on his recent form. Yes, you are, broski. I'm not. That's not the reason I'm captaining Salah. Otherwise, I wouldn't captain him if I went on recent form. Will João Pedro be benched? No. I think he'll play behind Mark Yu this week. I really like your Salah pick this week, says George. Thank you, George. I don't know if that's a meme or not, but it is risky, I know. Wildcard next week, by the way. Don't like my team, says Nico. That's fair, Nico. That's fair. That is really fair. Is my midfield good? It's Njai, Semenyo, Doku, Caicedo, Kudus. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pedro will come off 60 minutes for Mark Yu. No, I think they'll both start. My annoying choice this week is Gudmundsson or Munoz. I think Gudmundsson to stop the clash. Yeah, I don't mind Leeds defenders this week. As you can see by my team, I like Leeds a lot. But yeah, we'll see how they get on this evening. My final team is Donnarumma, Dubravka, Rodon, Senesi, Timber, Tarkovsky, Juve, Bruno, Kudus, Stach, Semenyo, Caicedo, Gyökeres, João Pedro, Haaland. Captain, you reckon Stach does something today? I really hope so. I think Leeds have been unlucky in a sense to not score more goals. We'll see how things happen with Leeds this evening. Starting Xhaka over Reinders. Nice, Nico. I think there's some attacking return as well. For Gudmundsson, yeah, I definitely agree. Captaining Salah doesn't excuse the fact you painted your roundabout the other day, lad. No, I did not paint my roundabout the England flag. Bench boosting, one free transfer left. Should I do a Stev to a Leeds 4 million or leave it? I also have Dubravka. I would probably leave it, Rory. It doesn't feel like an amazing transfer overall. Leeds going to lose, do you reckon? I think it's a closer game than people are giving attention to. Mark Yu won't start. I think he will, Cameron. I think he will. Maresca said some really positive stuff about him today in his press conference, saying that he's ready to start in the Premier League, and I think that will be the case this week against Sunderland. My team is Pope, Timber, Gabriel Burns, Senesi, Semenyo, Enzo, Saka, Haaland, Valdemar, João Pedro, benches Dubravka, Gudmundsson, Sarr, and Xhaka. Nice, Mohamed. Nice. Best captain today. Best captain, Semenyo, Valdemar, Haaland, Salah. I personally like Salah, but obviously not everyone owns him or likes him, so I'll probably say it's Semenyo. Anthony or Gudmundsson? I'd go Jadon Anthony. Been playing Fantasy Women's Super League recently. Captains, yeah, Anita Bath. I've actually played that game before. I think it was last season. I just couldn't keep up with it, to be honest. And Sunderland ladies playing the league below, the WSL, so... Why have you got Salah captain? Because I like him this week as captain. I think he'll score quite a lot of points. Call me mad, call me crazy. Please laugh at me in the comments. Every interaction is great. W roundabout painter. I don't paint roundabouts, I promise. If Gabriel doesn't play, your first word won't come on. Put Mukele in place of Reinders. That's wrong, Martin Ross, because you can't have less than 3 defenders in FPL. So if Gabriel isn't to play, Mukele being the first defender on my bench, he would come on instead. I understand your thinking there, but you can't have any less than 3 defenders in FPL, so it wouldn't be Reinders coming in there. Salah becoming a minute's risk. With Frimpong actually being injured, I think it's less of a worry now. I do think it's less of a worry. Which duo should start, Raya and Gudmundsson or Darlow and Gabriel? Darlow and Gabriel, if you really want to go that route. Any chance that Gu starts? Yes. That's why I'm starting him this week in my squad. Ends a win for Fernandes? No, I would keep Bruno Fernandes, absolutely. Really not sure who captain, to be fair. Who are you considering, George? No, they will give you 0. They won't change it. I got caught out last week with this. I don't think that's the case, Martin, if I'm being really honest with you. I think perhaps you had a midfielder that a defender that played, maybe, because you literally can't have less than 3 defenders in FPL. I'm not reading that orange apple. I can't lie. It's not Creepy or Cutis. Creepy Junior. I'll give him a go this week. If you've got him, I think I would play him. Bit of a differential play there, of course, but why not? Thinking Gabriel plays, yeah. If he doesn't, please have your bench in order though. Semenyo, Valdemado, Haaland for captain, says George. I do quite like Semenyo as captain. Valdemado captain as well was a pretty good shout for me at home. Gyu or Njai. Twinzebe or Virgil. I'd go Virgil van Dijk this week. I'm not saying take your defenders. No, I understand that, Martin, what you're saying about the auto sub if Gabriel isn't to play. But again, you can't have less than 3 defenders. So my first sub and Reinders, not being a defender, being a midfielder, wouldn't come on for Gabriel. It would be my first defender on my bench, which is second on the bench, who would be Mukele against Chelsea away from home. Fully get what you're talking about, though, Martin. I really do. What are your thoughts on Reece James captain? I don't particularly like captaining defenders, in all honesty, but Reece James seems like he's going to get quite a lot of points coming up in the next few weeks. I do really like him as an asset. I really do. 8 minutes now to the FPL deadline, folks. 8 minutes. Make sure your teams are in order. Obviously, you have to manage to save your team before the servers get too busy and, lag out. How can you be this bad talking about FPL? Cheers for the comment, Lucas. Appreciate that. Why do you have 3 Leeds players? It's a good fixture at home. Thanks for reminding me. No worries, bro. Orange Apple, I saw that, dude. Don't delete that comment. Risky starting Gyu and Estev. Yeah, it's a bit risky starting both of them, but do you think Tonali will start? I don't know, Patrick, because there was some stuff today in the press conference that sort of indicated that he might need a little bit of a rest. So we'll see how that goes with Tonali, but it should be okay, I would imagine. You're down bad when you're talking about FPL. Cheers for the comment, Brandon. Appreciate that. Still can't get into FPL. Sam, I really don't know what your issue is with FPL, because you've tried everything, haven't you, on different things. I'm joking, lads. I know, Brandon. That's why I replied the way I did. Calvert-Lewin is out. I don't think so. Let me find the notes I have of Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, no note on Calvert-Lewin from Daniel Farker yesterday. I just had a look at my first comment on my Game Week 9 deadline stream from last year. So possibly yesterday from when I first joined. A year from when I first joined. Oh, that's really interesting. It's been a year, Orange Apple, bro. A year of us. We should celebrate. Should I captain Haaland or Semenyo? I quite like Semenyo over Haaland. He's not out, he's just shite. There's a difference. Nice one, George. Is Paqueta a good option just for this week? I don't think he's a bad option. I don't think so. But it's away at Leeds, though. I think it's a hard fixture for West Ham. I really do. Thinking about Captain Valdemado. It's not a bad shout, Not a bad shout. Start Gyu or Ismail Assar. I would lean towards Ismail Assar. 75% injury on Gravenberch bench. I think Soboslai will play in place of him within the midfield, so I would do that, yeah. Yeah, I would bench Gravenberch. As long as you have a good replacement, of course. Can we celebrate with a back rub? Maybe not. At least buy me a drink first. Mark Yu gets 0 game time. Why not play Reinders? If you didn't pay attention too much to the press conference today from Chelsea, Maresca said some really positive quotes about Mark Yu being ready to start within the Premier League, and of course played very well in the Champions League midweek. So I do think he'll start. I think João Pedro will play behind Mark Yu in his more preferred position, instead of just forcing João Pedro to play in a position where he's clearly not too comfortable with. Genuinely, why is Burnley and Wolves at 2 p.m. on Sunday and Leeds versus West Ham tonight? There are only 2 3 p.m. games and no early kickoffs. Yeah, it's a really weird week for TV on football. Bro, why gamble on you? 90% will start on the bench. I think he will start personally, so that's why I'm starting him. You really think Yu's going to start and get minutes? Yeah, I think he'll start. I do. Is Bowen good? Yeah, I like Bowen. This week, it's not a bad fixture, but it's away from home at Leeds, and that's always pretty difficult. Guess you're a Leeds fan. You would guess wrong. Sunderland. Who should I start? Why should I start Statch over Reinders? I think Reinders is going to struggle in this fixture personally, and his minutes don't seem solid in particular for City going forward. So that's kind of leaning me towards Statch this week. Of course, Statch has a better fixture as well. I took Gabriel off due to his yellow flag to do James, Senesi and Timber. James, Senesi, Timber as your backline isn't bad at all. Playing FPL is Moog's Make-A-Wish. What? Reinders game week 1 had us thinking he was a Cruyff reincarnation. Now he blanks every game. Yeah, I know the feeling, Henry, bro. I know the feeling. Triple captain Salah. I don't have triple captain Salah, no. I have captain Salah. Captain's enough of a risk this week, you know what I mean? Bench boost this week, depends on your team. Bowen to deliver, boss. Yeah, he could be alright this week. I think it's hard against Leeds away from home, though, at Ellen Road. I do. Sub Van de Ven for Reinders. The problem with Van de Ven is he doesn't seem to get good defensive contributions. So it's kind of, you're hoping for a clean sheet there. And against Everton, I don't know if that's going to be a reality. Reinders, it's sort of like, early sub risk, pep roulette risk. It's tricky, man. Is it really that tricky for Haaland? I mean, I think people aren't really paying attention too much to the fixture for Haaland because of his form, and I think that's completely fine. If you want to captain him, go ahead for it, but I'm going against him. Bro's Wi-Fi is so bad, one of his forward picks is still stuck in 2019. Oh, it's 2 minutes till the FPL deadline, by the way, guys. Thoughts on Statch? I think he's good, but he's got a bit of a knock at the moment, I do believe, so be wary of that. Doof thoughts? Yeah, Doof isn't too bad. Bro, should I captain Haaland or João Pedro? Probably Haaland. That team is shocking. Cheers, Connor. Gabriel's injured, Unk. He's got a knock. I wouldn't call that injured. Yeah, I think he'll play personally. Right, we've got like less than 2 minutes to the deadline now, guys. I appreciate all of your fantastic comments, but please go make sure your team is saved on FPL. Gehi, Rodon now. Rodon, take Statch out, bro, says Jay Dixon. I think he'll play. I don't think Tanaka will play as advanced. He's not playing. I mean, do we have confirmation of that? I don't know if we do. I can't see any confirmation that Statch, is benched. Salah captain is crazy. I know, bro. I know. Right, refresh one more time. Make sure that the team is saved. Ryan is Michele, yeah. He's Jay Dixon. He's got a bit of a knock. It's not a full injury. He's been playing with a slight issue for a few weeks, so I think his minutes are being managed at the moment. I think that's possibly the quote that has been picked up there. I thought you were on about a leak or something. Sorry. Game week 9 Stinker Central this week. Let's go. My final team is Raya, Kukurea, Gumminson, Truffet, James, Semenyo, Kudus, Njai, Sar, Haaland, Voldemade, captain, benching Darlow, Gabriel, Isak, Reinders. It's been leaked by one that he's not starting. If he's not starting, that's okay. It's too late to change that anyway, Jay, but I appreciate the comment, dude. That team is dreadful. Thank you, Blakey. Change your first sub. You won't get Reinders for Gabriel's. I will do that. Tough bench decisions. Vital to get it right. Yes. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scores tonight. I think so as well. I think it's a great fixture for Leeds. A lot of people disagree with me though, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. The deadline has passed, by the way, everyone on TikTok. Everyone on YouTube as well. Deadline has passed. I would really appreciate it if everyone on TikTok, if you have literally 5 seconds, go over to my YouTube live stream and subscribe. I am 4 subscribers away from 1,000 subs on YouTube. So if 4 of the 116 people in here sub, that would be amazing. I really appreciate it. 3 Leeds players. Wow. I know. Where's the deadline? When's the deadline or where? I'm guessing you mean when. It's gone. Deadline's gone, dude. Hey, Mogs, you can't have Reinders first sub because what if Gabriel doesn't play? I don't know. Oh, my God. If Salah blanks, will you transfer this week? No. No. I'm not going to click the screen because it will change things there. It will, like, update. But I was going to show you the fixtures there. 3 Leeds players. What is this? I know it's a crazy team. It's not template. You're not used to it, but it's fine. Yeah, I know it's a crazy team. I do know that. It is a crazy team. Statues and starting lads. I know I've heard a few people say that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If Salah retires this week, are you going to sub? No. Did we do... Yeah, we'll do this one. We have the same benchmate. Well, that's interesting. A lot of people don't have like similar teams to me, it seems. When you check like the Live FPL's cloning software, a lot of people don't have the same players, which obviously it is mental. But Salah captain, absolute woke nonsense. I know. We've gone mad. Triple Leeds is crazy. I know. My team is Donnarumma, Estev, Senesi, Burn, Xhaka, Semenyo, Kudus, Salah, Gu, Voldemade, captain on Haaland, Dubravka, Reinders, Van der Ven, and Anderson on the bench. I've captained Gyökeres, says Liam. Nice, Liam. Bit of a different captain there. Right, lads, gonna dash, but cheers for the stream. Have a great weekend, lad. Take care, my goat. You too, brother. Have a great weekend, man. Have a great weekend. You reckon Calvert-Lewin's gonna score? Yeah, I do think that. I think he'll have a decent game. Is it just me who says FPL is updating? No, it always does this after the deadline, Bobby. It'll be back up in like an hour, 45 minutes time-ish. Bye-bye, FPL King. See you later, Nico, dude. See you later. Wow, Salah captain, yeah, Ollie. Bit of a mental team, but we're going for it. So when's the forfeit? Yeah, when's the forfeit, guys? What should I do? It's too late to put Calvert-Lewin in my team instead of Ekitike. Yeah, it is. Waldemade? I don't have him personally. Should I captain Haaland or Semenyo? I would have went Semenyo, but the deadline has passed. Haven't done my team. Oh, no, bro. The deadline's gone. Reckon Gu or Caicedo? I'd probably lean towards Caicedo a bit more because his minutes are probably more secure. But deadline has passed. I will say that again. I mean, if Palace score, it's a dross week for you. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen this week that would make it a bad week, but yes. Bro, really trusting Leeds? Yeah, I am. I think they'll do okay this week. Hoping a 7 clean sheet and Gu score. Pavlov FC favourites for relegation, says Ev. Oh, I don't know, Ev. I don't like the odds, personally. We Leeds fans need a win today. Yeah, I think he's due as well. I think it's a good opportunity this week for you as well because it is at home. Right, folks. I am going to end stream very shortly here. If you are on TikTok, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are 4 subs away from 1,000 subs. Too many big X's, can't keep up with demands. Honestly, you wouldn't know the half of it. But yeah, if you fancy it, go sub to the YouTube channel. Good luck, everyone, this week with their teams. Of course, my team is absolutely cooked, as I've been told a million times on stream today, but hopefully I can prove you guys wrong. I'll see you in the week with the regular YouTube videos, guys. I will catch you later. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. See you later on TikTok. And for YouTube, we always like to say a bit of a better outro on YouTube for you guys. Of course, a very differential week for me personally. But yeah, we're going for it, guys. We're going for it. I'll catch you midweek with some videos, possibly another team rating live stream, so look out for that. Cheers, Mo. Good luck. You too, Connor. I hope you get first in the mini league, dude. I hope you do. But I'll see you guys later. Have a good week, guys. Have a good week. Enjoy.